good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In, the podcast where we sit down with New England-based actors to discuss the craft of acting, projects they've done, things they've learned along the way, tales from the set, and tips on how to get your foot in the door. As always, our show is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection. And so, without further ado, please welcome the lovely and talented Bob Tourangeau. Bob Tourangeau, finally, our paths cross, and we are in the same place at the same time. Now, what's interesting that I discovered in my research is that most every other actor, myself included, started that we got bitten by the bug in elementary school. We did, the stupid little plays, and then that carried through high school and so far. But that didn't happen for you. You didn't actually get bitten by the bug until after college. Is that correct?
Right. I had wicked stage fright. I remember doing something called a medieval fair, which was a play in the elementary school. I was a spice seller or something. I think I had one line. I was so nervous. Never did anything again, even with the drama. I never joined the drama club in high school. I was a 4-year member of the art club, but not the drama club. Wouldn't have participated in the senior class play at all.
Really?
Couldn't get me on stage. I didn't even like going up on stage to get my school spirit award. And I think it was junior high. Might have been high school. My memory is faulty sometimes.
Sure.
But well, funny story. I had moved to East Leominster, New Hampshire after I got married, about a year after I got married.
Okay.
And they had a small community theater, very small, because the town only had a couple of hundred people, as far as I remember.
Okay.
And they did an Old Home Day play every year. One day, one performance a year. The former members of the town, the current members of the town, they all get together and they do cookouts and what have you. So they talked me into doing 2 small parts in a production of Wind in the Willows.
Okay.
And I really decided I kind of liked it. The following year I got the lead in a 1-act play. There were 3 1-act plays in the performance. And I had the lead in one, and I liked it even more. And I'm not really sure why. And then the third year they did the third year we tried to cast Butterflies Are Free, which only has 5 people in it.
Right.
Couldn't do it. And my wife and I had kind of taken over the membership, leading the community theater at the time, because it had kind of, been dying out. And couldn't cast Butterflies Are Free. We decided with 1 or 2 of the other members, let's do a variety show. And that was the first time I sang in public. I guess that kind of just broke the, ice for me, and I came out of my shell, more or less.
Yeah.
And then just the more I did it, the more I got used to it.
Yeah. So would you say that you overcame the stage fright, or that you conquered it? Like, was it still there and you were just able to still do what you did, or did it just slowly disappear as you were doing things?
I'd say I conquered it in the sense that it's still there, but has lessened somewhat.
Okay.
And I feel it a lot stronger if I get up and have to do a speech as myself.
Okay.
I think if I could convince myself that I'm a different person giving this speech, it might be a lot less. And as I say to people sometimes, I need a script. I can't get up on stage. I mean, if I had to get up and do an improv acceptance speech for an award, I'd be probably tripping over my tongue.
Is it fair to say that it's the script that allows you to conquer the stage fright?
I think so.
The fact that someone else is giving you lines to say, and you're able to step outside of yourself.
I think so. And doing the method acting, which is the way I've been trained in master classes, That was another thing, is tending to stutter when I'm nervous. I remember in a union, I was in the Postal Service, and member of the Mail Handlers Union. We had a meeting one time, and I specifically remember that they were talking about something fairly important. And I thought for about 15 minutes how to phrase my question before I actually raised my hand to ask the question. And everyone said, "Oh, it's a great question." But I had to really think about it, because if I had just like raised my hand and blah, 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 it wouldn't have come out.
Well, I mean, I think it's also fair to say that like people don't see the amount of prep that goes into a polished production anyway. So like they didn't see inside your head as you were chiseling away at your question, forming it, practicing it, making sure that it was ready to go when the time came.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And unlike stage rehearsals, having no one to really run it by, first of all.
Right.
To me, it seems to be a more terrifying prospect to just come out with something like that. There we get into play rehearsals, I mean, you're talking about 3-4 rehearsals a week for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was always off book, like one of the first ones off book, only because I was so terrified of forgetting my lines, which I had done once in a live performance.
Okay.
We were doing a musical performance of Oliver. I was playing Mr. Sowerberry, the funeral director.
Yeah.
Now, this song never appeared in the movie version, so it didn't matter probably to 90% of the audience. But to me, it mattered a great deal.
Sure.
All of a sudden, for some reason, I had this knotted rope, which is supposed to be this historical measuring tape for this funeral director. And we're singing the song, "That's Your Funeral."
Okay.
And the woman playing my wife was standing next to me. We're doing this little choreography. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, okay, when I turn to walk across the stage, I got to move my arms up according to the rehearsals we did.
Yeah.
Now this rope is hanging down from my hand. It just took me out of the moment. I turned, I forgot my next line in the song. She didn't sing her responding line. I forgot the second line. She didn't sing her responding line. We turned, walked back to where we had started, faced the audience, and then it just came right back to us.
Wow.
I don't know if someone like fed us the line from the orchestra pit or if it just came back, but it came back, luckily.
Yeah.
Nobody seemed to notice that was in the audience, but to me it was like agony.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Worst feeling in the world.
Sure, sure. And that's like, with a lot of the people that I've spoken to who tread the boards, they're like, there are no options. You have to keep moving forward, whatever that looks like, and however obvious it is to the crowd, whatever, there is no safety net.
Right.
You just have to get to the end of it and move forward and hope for the best. So yeah.
Which is one thing I really love about film acting, is you get 2, 3, 4 chances. If you mess up. Yeah.
Or as many as you like. If you're doing your own thing, yes, you can just keep going and going until it's absolutely perfect. But and this is something I've discussed with a lot of other people who have appeared on this, is that while that is true, it lacks the thrill of that one shot at this, and I have to get it right, and there's, as I said, no net. You're just out there, and it's just you and the audience, and it all depends on your ability to remember what you're supposed to do and handle all the business, the rope, the song, the choreography, the movement, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the feeling of that when you've done it successfully and you get that applause, I kind of compare it to, these physical challenges where you're swinging from one ring to the next and you make it and you keep going, and you've got the audience around you just cheering you on. Yeah. And it's kind of that feeling in some respects.
Yeah. So this is funny. This has sort of become, the podcast is sort of in its infancy, but this has become sort of a tradition in a way, in that I go to your IMDb page, and for whatever reason, IMDb chooses 4 of your projects, and it says that's what you're known for. So if you're scrolling down the page, it says known for, and it'll list 4 things. And to this day, to this moment, we can't seem to figure out why they choose what they choose as far as what you're known for. So it's always amusing because I just go over the 4 things that you're known for, and people are like, I don't even remember doing that, or I did that, pre-COVID. So it's weird that that's listed. But so let's just talk about the things that you're known for.
Okay.
So one of them is Tales of the Inexplicable.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. Written and directed by Adam Griswold.
Okay.
5 short films within a feature-length film.
Okay.
And mine was called The Road to Death Mountain, filmed with Dimitra Papadinas, Chris Salvi, and Sherry Lee.
And then there's Apocalypse Party.
Apocalypse Party was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Group of people. An asteroid is coming to destroy the planet, so they all get together. They're just going to have a party and enjoy the last few hours that they have. And all of a sudden, the scientist shows up and says, I can stop the asteroid. I can divert it with this electromagnet. Just let me build it in your basement. And it's just one hilarious episode after another, just the characters are fantastic. And if I'm not mistaken, at one of the film festivals, sci-fi related film festival, it won Best Ensemble. So that was a lot of fun.
Very nice.
A lot of great characters in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Article 92.
Article 92 I just completed with Joe Hawk in Connecticut. It's a feature. It's up on Amazon Prime now.
Oh, wow.
And it's basically a drunken former newspaper reporter comes upon the military moving an dead alien body across the roadway, takes pictures of it, and they encounter him, they capture him, and trying to figure out how much he knows and so forth. And it's a whole government conspiracy thing from the upper levels to the presidency, where we got to get rid of this guy, got to make it look like an accident and so forth. And it's just like, okay, he gets the top military leaders to take part in it, and that's where Article 92 comes in. Is it a lawful order to assassinate this guy?
Gotcha.
And so it turns into a chase, and it's pretty exciting type of film.
Yeah.
It's been number 1 on Spark TV now for about 5 weeks, I think.
Wow.
And it's also on Amazon Prime.
Excellent.
Some great scenes in there. They even filmed at the fake Oval Office in London for the president's scene.
Okay. Wow. Neat. Okay.
Once again, I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection.
And, of course, as we discussed, the other Christmas show.
The other Christmas show, yeah. Yeah, so I play... My character is George Scarborough, Emmy Award-winning actor in CSI Brooklyn, totally fictional.
Sure.
And it's about a community-type group who does slasher musicals that nobody comes to. They decide to finally break up, and then a few years later, they hear that this Broadway producer is going to do a musical Christmas Carol in the same theater that they were used to using. So they're going to put on their own Christmas show the night before and try to get these Broadway people in to see it, to see how talented they are, and maybe make a big name for themselves. And there's another story that is more mystical and has to do with evil fairies and
sure,
live action role players that are dedicated to exposing these evil fairies, otherwise known as celebrities.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm giving too much of the plot away.
Okay.
And so thereby a battle ensues on the stage while the performance is supposed to take place, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a wacky. Adam's pretty great at writing, and generally his stuff is family oriented and just a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, a Christmas slasher film sounds really family oriented. So yeah, I can see that. So I feel like we've touched on this a little bit, but I'll just ask directly. What are your general thoughts on the New England acting scene?
The New England acting scene, my overall impression is very tight knit. I mean, everybody, as we discussed, people are aware of each other through social media in many cases, through film festivals, and eventually we all seem to end up being in a production together at some point in time.
Right.
It may even be in the same scene together, and sometimes you find out that, oh, he was in that film, I was in another scene in that film. We filmed on different days. We never really met each other, but we're in the same film now.
Yep.
And eventually we all seem to become aware of each other. And it's very supportive, too. I find that actors in the New England area from Maine to Connecticut, basically support each other. I don't see an awful lot of competition. As I mentioned before, Paul Kandarian, I've joked with him one time about us like being the same age range and going for the same parts and stuff. And he's much more successful because he's got that experience and he's got that talent.
Right.
And I just joked with him about that. But there's no animosity whatsoever. It's like I'm always really, really supportive of him when he gets his role. And we finally got to work together in the same scene, which was fantastic. I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
I love working with Paul. He's a great actor.
Absolutely. Shout out to Paul Kandarian.
No matter what he does. Mean guy, nice guy.
Yeah,
in fact, he played Scrooge somewhere out in the Midwest in one of his recent films.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it might have been a TV movie. I'm not positive. But
yeah.
It was a good production.
Something like that, yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Do you think that there are, or do you feel like there are more opportunities for theater than there are for film in New England?
That's a good one. Well, there certainly are enough almost every community seems to have a community theater, if not in their own town, somewhere within a 30-minute drive.
Right.
Even where I relocated in Connecticut, in Naugatuck, there's Landmark Community Theater in Thomaston and quite a few others in the area. Cabaret Theater, I think, in Bridgeport. Quite a few around. I think with the filming, there's a lot of filming, a lot of independent filming. I heard a rumor that some of the Hallmark films were moving away from Connecticut more into New York now. I'm not sure if that's because of tax incentives.
Probably. Yeah.
And having been relocated back to Connecticut as of 2021, I've started to meet more people in that area specifically. Learned that there are some professional production companies in the area that have done, TV films, feature films, and so forth. Haven't met a lot of people, but I did join the Connecticut Film and TV Alliance also recently. And also Women in Film Video New England, based out of Boston. So now I'm kind of centralized between Boston and New York. And haven't really done a lot in New York, mostly because I've been getting background offers. And, it's fun once in a while, but trying to get more, supporting roles.
Sure.
But yeah, the New England community, hard to say. I'd say probably the opportunities for theater are a lot more prevalent.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah.
And the expenses generally less, I'd say.
Right. Well, I guess the important thing is that it's supportive and that that there are opportunities regardless of whether it's stage or film.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And it's good to stay sharp in both. I've been personally trying to avoid getting back on stage right now because I'm trying to get more involved in film for the past since 2017. So,
what's the most fun production you've ever been part of?
Oh, that's a good question. Stage or film?
Film. Take your pick.
The most fun. Ooh, let's see. Well, probably couple that I'd done with Adam where I had a fairly larger supporting role, and two totally different characters. And I've done, clean shaven roles and roles where I had to let everything grow
Sure.
and play a homeless person. The most fun. Gee, that's a good question. Well, in terms of film, I do have a lot of fun when I do occasional background where I'm able to just kind of hang around, watch all the professionals do their thing. Kind of like touching on the outskirts of, what most of the people in the country are familiar with is the stuff that gets streamed on Netflix and HBO Max and all of that.
Right.
To see how they put those things together. To be on the verge of being able to kind of see what's going on, when you're lucky to be on set and not in holding, where you can actually see what's going on.
Right.
I get a big kick out of that.
Yeah.
The most fun I've had on stage, I'd have to say, back when I was in my mid-40s. We did a production of with North Country Community Theater. It was called Crazy for You.
Oh, sure. Crazy for You, yep.
It was a redo of Girl Crazy, which was back in the 40s, I think.
Yep.
Doing a 5-minute tap dance to I've Got Rhythm. And I noticed the professional, I think Paper Mill Playhouse did it, and they did some things like sliding their feet across corrugated metal and stuff like that to get some of the sounds.
Yeah.
Everything we did was tap dancing. So the choreographer was like, I don't know if you've ever been involved in tap dance choreography, but it was an eye-opener for me. The choreographer just gave us 2-3 steps. We did those multiple times, and then she added 2-3 more steps. We did all 6 multiple times. It just kept building it until we had a 5-minute number.
Yeah.
And people were forming star patterns on stage, and it's a pretty huge group. And for some reason, I guess she thought I was good enough to put me in the front line at some point. I think that was a lot of fun. It was tiring, but it was a lot of fun at the same time.
What's your most embarrassing moment that you've had on stage? I'm going with on stage because with film you can just fix it. But any embarrassing moments come to mind?
Well, other than forgetting my lines in Oliver during the middle of a song,
that was a good one.
Audience, I'd have to say, getting a reputation more recently with at least one community theater group, where I always seem to fall backstage or trip over something. In fact, one time I stepped off a step the wrong way and went completely over backwards.
Oh.
Never broke anything, but got a couple of bumps. But
now, does that cause a disruption of the show? Or
never did it during the show, but it was always during rehearsal, getting used to the backstage area.
Yeah.
It never failed. No matter how careful I was, I'd get this reputation for something. I'd trip with something. I hit my toe against a board and make a loud noise during the rehearsal or something would happen.
Oh, so you're that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that must be Bob.
Is there something you'd like to do in the future that you haven't done yet?
I've done a couple of musical films. Now, the first musical film I got involved in, I came in late. I was a supporting actor. I got a couple of lines. But I never got to sing because I was so late coming in as an extra. But then I got some lines, became a supporting actor, and it was a lot of fun. The second movie I did get to sing, maybe a larger singing part. I think that before my voice totally goes away.
Sure.
It's gotten lower, so I can't quite hit the high tenor notes I used to.
Yeah. So none of us can.
Good baritone,
Yeah.
leading role in a film would be kind of nice.
Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring actors who are just starting their careers?
Be sure it's what you enjoy, what you want, and just don't give up because it's very frustrating. In fact, just this past year, even with background, which I think, if people are looking to do background, it can be very frustrating. Same thing with, short films. I mean, if you want to get your feet wet as an actor, especially in the New England community, getting involved in the independent short films is a good idea.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Get your name out there. Do social media. Be careful what you post. I'm not on Twitter or any of that, so It's just Facebook and Instagram. I have to, and I don't have a web page, so basically Instagram is my acting only web page.
Mm-hmm.
My personal posts just go on Facebook generally.
Gotcha.
The only family related posts I put on Instagram are things that are film or theater related.
Right.
Like when I started, I had nothing. I had a callboard photo from one of the plays I was in. I had a typewritten resume. This was 1998. First feature film, Vermont film, independent film I ever submitted for. We just walked into a live audition, handed them the resume, the photo separately. I had no idea, that they like them stapled together. Didn't get a role, but I got a background role. So that's a start.
Yeah.
And my resume just had my theater experience on it. The more you do, the more you can alter your resume, take off some theater and put on more film.
That's good advice. That'll work. And
just watch everything
yeah.
that's going on.
Right.
When you're on set, pay attention to what's happening, how people do their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That can be very helpful.
Yeah, sure. That makes perfect sense. And finally, what's next for you?
I just worked on a film yesterday, short film. I'm doing background for a friend, beginning of August. I'm doing featured background the last week of August. I auditioned for a role in that. Didn't get the speaking part, but they liked my interaction with the reader and staying in character and my facial expression, so they gave me a featured background part in that film. Don't know too many of the details yet. I'm hoping to work with another director on a screenplay that she wrote based on my personal history, so I'm hoping that'll be my lead feature. Not lead feature, lead short film.
I would hope so, if it's about you.
If it's about me. So I'm hoping for that. I mean, if things work out. And I'm also, I finished writing a feature-length screenplay. So I'm also trying to work on getting a pitch deck put together for that.
Well, Bob Tourangeau, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it.
It's been a real pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next time on I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify. See you next week for another installment of I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.